to the main event of the evening here in Titletown, and what a game we have in store. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Razorbacks will boot it away to start the game. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. They'll operate out of split backs. From the gun. Give on the inside. Breaks into the open. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bama!
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
And he puts through the extra point. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll give it to the back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll leave it with the lone back. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Laletta. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the 1st down.
To the ground with the back. We'll give him a couple on that with 2nd and 8 coming up.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Going to swing it on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Oh, he'll keep it on the draw. What a job on flying. He'll lose a yard on that one.
Man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Probably hope for a little bit more on that one. It'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. Comes that Alabama offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Off play action on first down. A strike downfield. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play and they pick up a first down.
It's a really nice looking throw. This dude is a weapon in this offense at the quarterback position. It's so funny, you know, I think back to guys like Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron, guys that may or may not have unfairly been tabbed as game managers, and then you think of Jalen Hurts.
Turning it on! And he'll race it to the house! Touchdown time!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, every game in the SEC so vital to a team's season, and this one is no different. LSU had a dominant win, the kind the folks in Baton Rouge were used to in 2019 when Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson led the Tigers to a national title. Talk about a special team. Going to be very interesting to see what the fallout from this one is because, as we know, you can't lose games in the SEC like this without some blowback.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. The give. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Razorbacks with a second and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the back. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Even dating to the days when they ran the option, Arkansas has always been built around the ground game.
Yeah, and makes Jerry Jones happy, huh? Noted Arkansas fan, always talking about the Hogs, his Hogs. And this team is always built on that physicality, built on that toughness.
On the ground, it's McNabb.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Leaves it with the back. Picks up the first down. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
And the Razorbacks have their offense in high gear. Wants to throw on first down. Nowhere to go. The ball's loose.
Great job by the defense, forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
The Razorbacks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Going to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Quick strike complete. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
This offense gets into plus territory. They're going to go for it regardless of their field goal kicker's range. Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the first. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the 1st down before he's dragged to the ground.
Really nice job by the offense. Hey, man, trust your guys, right? We got all these analytics on 4th down saying to go for it. They trust their quarterback. He gets it done with the completion and gets the big 1st down.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
Oh, lack of concentration that time by the receiver. If he catches it, it's going to be a 1st down. You just have to look that ball in. Do what you do every single day in practice. In your sleep. That's a bad break for the offense early.
Back to pass. Working that left side now. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Well, we know this offense obviously really struggled there last time out. They knew coming into this one they would have to be better at running the football, and that just has not happened in this game. They're simply not physical enough offensively at this point.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Going with the ground game left. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Gives him the big stiff arm. And he... Touchdown, Arkansas! They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
And took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Power football with the run. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line. Alabama pushing the tempo.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
from the gun, the ground game. There he goes. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. You count up those explosive plays in a game, and you put a little extra star by the big runs.
Yeah, this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the second level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
Bringing the heat. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Back to pass on second down. Right down the middle. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. First play of the period, first down here. Unloads quickly. Open space at the 25. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Send the tight end in motion. Gives it on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own. Unfortunately, ended up losing yards.
And the Razorbacks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. This is a designed run. Brought down right at the 10, and this defense keeps him away from the first down line, but will they go for it on fourth down? Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Quickly complete. He steps out of bounds, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal.
And they must have had a play in practice that they just felt was unstoppable because they essentially just took away an automatic chip shot field goal to go for that fourth down. But because of the execution, it was just too good. They're looking now to score 6.
The Razorbacks will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. On the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Calls his own number. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks!
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Let's talk about Alabama. This is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach, they'll tell you, David, number 1 on the goal sheet is to win your conference.
And I think it's so hard because of the familiarity. You play these same teams every single year. You know them inside and out. They know your scheme, you know their scheme. And sometimes the momentum of the moment can be tough. So got to continue to play well within the conference.
Using his feet. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. From the wide receiver. Here's the handoff. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it from the gun. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Sends it downfield. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation Third down. That was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
Tries to find a little more. Room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. On the run, deep down the right side. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback here. He extends the play. Nothing open right away. There's a little bit of pressure. He gets to the outside, tries to take a shot down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Some misdirection with the counter. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. He's got it. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. And you saw it right there on that play.
What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys.
Breaks into the open. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. A run for the quarterback. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the end zone. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football, and you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And this one is perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the tight end. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. From the gun. Grabbed in the middle. It's Flawletta. And he's dragged down.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Behind the chains now on second and long. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to go up top. Snagged in the middle. It's Flawletta. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Razorbacks are facing third and inches. Rides the back on the option to give.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet. Right there, I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on third down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's third and long or third and inches, you just have to go execute. They do.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. The Razorbacks have their whole playbook open here on second and inches. Quarterback keeps it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Try to run for it. He'll be stopped short, picks up one, but they're facing fourth and one. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch, converts on fourth down, is still on his feet. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
That's a big-time completion. Guys, I think they caught the defense napping right there. I think everybody on defense thought that they were going to maybe throw to the sticks on that one, but instead, quarterback had some other ideas. He had a matchup he loved one-on-one, vertically down the field. He took advantage of it. This guy made a great catch. Let's keep this drive going.
The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Timeout, Arkansas.
And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. It is good. And the kick is good. And, guys, we have ourselves a tie ball game. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Arkansas ready to send out this offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about this coaching staff with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find
found a seam on the left. And the defense was on its heels after that long completion.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
The feel of this whole drive changed on that last big play. They've got it 1st and 10 outside the 30. Quick handoff. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They go to the ground. Powers through the defender. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
This is an offense, guys, that really believes in physicality, and that's their identity. So running the ball on 2nd down, no problem for them.
And the Razorbacks are moving quickly down the field. Right back to the well. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Pushes for the goal line.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide in these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Will put them up here in the second half.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, Mountain West teams colliding in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. Hawaii came through with a lunch pail hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that the Rainbow Warriors won, it's more how they won. A busy day in the Mountain West, and an outcome that figures to shuffle the deck there as we send it back to you.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Handoff to the lone back. Turning it on. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. Alabama just did work on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to it. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Floating away. Over the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Running to the left. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the air on second down. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. And thanks to a little help from the defense after that penalty, it's second and goal, a little bit closer. They'll try to pound their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it. He put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we're tied up in the third. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Going downfield for the big play. Makes the grab on the left side. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. He's got it on the right. Open space at the 25. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. The Razorbacks line it up with a 1st and goal. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Fakes the grab on the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They'll move the tight end. From the shotgun, the inside give. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's going to run it. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
I love the awareness by the defense there. 3rd and long, everybody in the building thinking this is going to be a pass. But up front, they were very, very aware that they might see run. They did a really good job playing with their eyes. They rally to the ball, they get the TFL, and now they set up 4th and long.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And the Razorbacks send out the punt unit. Kick is on its way. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. They want to run this quarterback. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
2nd down.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Looking to fire. Throws for the tight end. Finds a man on the right. He'll go out of bounds at the the 28-yard line and deep in your own end, you need plays like that. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce Young, really good passer. Tua Tagovailoa, really good passer. More about the passing game, explosive passing plays. So they'll do whatever it takes to win.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Back to pass. Gets it out quickly. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Cantrell. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes the tackle, really strong, disciplined job, and now we have 1 period to play. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the 4th all tied up. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. The Razorbacks can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking for room, it's Sims. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
And the Razorbacks have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man on the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
So now it's 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Tide crowd roaring noise down on the Saban field on 3rd down. Now on the move. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. The Razorbacks pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Touchdown, Razorbacks! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game day.
And he's going to bring this one out. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes that Alabama offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket, threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Caught, close to the marker, it's Cantrell. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
I'll tell you, QBs and receivers, they practice these out routes all week long, and you've got to anticipate. You've got to be comfortable throwing it before he gets out of his break, and they executed it perfectly right there to pick up that first.
Quarterback keeper. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. They'll run the screen. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Alabama quickly back to the line. Motion from the back. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Got it inside the 10. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense, going right down the field in 6 plays, and now set up for first and goal.
Gets rid of it. And the incomplete pass was just too hot to handle.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wants to go up top. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
Nice execution by this defense on second and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Wants to throw it. Lets it go to the end zone. Fires a ball. Now it's picked off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
That last completion sets him up on second down. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. It's McNabb. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They were counting on making a few yards after the catch on third down. Instead, they're staring at 4.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times you trust your guy. You throw it to him and you say, I can make somebody miss or lower my shoulder and get to the sticks. The defense had none of that. Nice job tackling. Nice job forcing the 4th down.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
And guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds space on the right. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. And guys, if they can somehow, some way find their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the 4th. A 1st down run in the red zone. Touchdown, Alabama! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Really nice touchdown. Now it's decision time. Extra point will get you to OT. Do you try to win it right now with a 2-point play?
And they are a mere extra point away from tying this game. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big CUSA matchup for you. FIU handled its business today, and given what this week was like in Miami, that is saying something. This is a focused group, and it's reflected in that final score. A busy day in CUSA, and an outcome that figures to shuffle the deck there as we send it back to you.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Fires left. It's complete. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
Thinking about using a timeout right here after that run play. And listen, I get you're trying to keep the defense off guard, but you're losing this game. You've got to throw the football. Now is the time. You've got to be aggressive, trailing in this 2-minute situation.
Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll run it from the gun. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
It would be nice to pick up a few yards on third down because from here, it's a 57-yard attempt. Rides the back and leaves it. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Going for it on fourth down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see if the offense gets a reprieve. It's a fine line right now between being aggressive, trying to win it here, and not blowing the game with a turnover. Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. Mental errors like that just kill drives. We'll see if they can overcome it. Offense in an empty set. From the gun, he'll try to throw. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Yeah, and the QB never wants to miss inside on an out route, right? You got to throw it to the sidelines. Don't let anybody undercut that, go make a big play. And he did. He put it outside, put it on the money. I think the receiver needs to do a little better job. They got to secure that catch. He was open enough to make that play.
After the misfire, now on second down. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Quick completion on the out route. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
Well, tempo is going to be a big deal right now, but fourth down coming up, trailing, you have to dial up the right play right here, Dave.
And first things first, you got to get the first down. Like, I got to convert this fourth down. The clock is irrelevant at that point. Then I got to kick it in high gear, make some plays, and get in scoring position to try to take the lead.
Looks like Alabama will pick up the first down. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the fourth down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. Fourth down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big fourth down conversion.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. The give out of the gun. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. The line of scrimmage is the 34. That means a 51-yard field goal attempt with a chance to win the game. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
Lets it fly deep downfield. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody. And that one's going to be incomplete. He was throwing for the touchdown, but just couldn't get the foot down in bounds. Second down, he'll throw it. Right on target this time. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Just a couple they need to pick up here on third and short in overtime. Looking to throw on third. Fires into the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
On that third down, shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on fourth.
They believe they'll need a touchdown to win this thing. They're going for it on fourth down in overtime. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. What an unfortunate penalty there. They thought they'd converted the fourth down. Instead, they'll have to try it again. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Splits the uprights. Good. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
Down by a field goal and a touchdown will win it. Let's see what they've got on first down. They'll go to the ground. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Offense in the hurry up.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, the cornerback wasn't fooled that time. He was squatting on the out route, and because of that, he was able to transition, break on the ball, and knock it away.
Now on 3rd down, and at the very least, trying to get into a little better field goal position. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
A little surprising that they're not taking the field goal, push it to another overtime. Instead, they'll go on 4th down. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Throws to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. They get him down to this offensive setup. 1st and goal from the 9. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
4th down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the 4th down conversion.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Wants to fire on 2nd down. A little release to the back. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. The offense will use a timeout with a critical down coming in overtime. Third and goal, and get a pebble of that football across the plane, and the game's over. Trying to pound it in. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
One play, win or lose right here. 4th and goal in overtime. Trying to slam in. He got it in, and the celebration is on. A walk-off touchdown in OT.
And the head coach is going to keep going for it on 4th down because his offense responds like that. Your coach gives you the ultimate vote of confidence. Down on the goal line, we're